How you healing up from your Mexican scooter accident?
It wasn't a Mexican scooter accident. It was a scooter accident in Mexico, you fucking racist.
Oh, Jesus.
My body's still in a lot of pain. Thank you for asking.
Yeah, my pleasure, dude.
My pain is your pleasure, dude.
Hold on, dude. Pain is pleasure, dude. When you're in the gym, dude, and you're clanging and banging.
Hold on, Will.
Don't talk during the song, brother.
Dude, do you know BWP?
Here he goes.
Problems.
No one can hear this.
Do you know that that group from the 90s? It was a 90s rap group.
I'm not talking to you right now. And now I have to do the show.
So do I.
Hey, I didn't say you didn't. Oh, we're off to a horrible start. Welcome to Dudesy. I'm Will Sasso.
I'm Jack Kultgen.
I can't laugh.
Oh my God, dude, you can't laugh, you can't cough.
I fell off a scooter.
What are you going to do? How are you going to do today's show? I'm Chad Kultgen. This is Dudesy. This is the first podcast, the only podcast in the history of humanity completely run by, controlled by, created by, conceived by an artificial intelligence, has access to Will and I's innermost thoughts and data, all of our Netflix viewing history, our Instagrams, our emails, text messages, and it takes all that information and it makes this podcast around our sensibilities.
Yeah, sure. It does all that stuff, but it's really just two dudes shitting around, okay? Dudesy can do whatever Dudesy does, but it's really us. It's us. We are Dudesy. We make the show. Don't get off.
Well, hold on, dude. As the immortal Scott Hall, rest in peace, would say.
Yeah.
Get off of AI's dick.
Dude, real quick, what I was saying about BWP, Bitches with Problems. This is
I remember Bitches with Problems.
Old 90s rap outfit. Mm-hmm. Now, they had a line in one of their songs. I believe the song was, "Is the pussy still good?" And the line was based on your pain is pleasure thing. It just made me think this line. Pain is pleasure. Pleasure is pain. Fuck me until I go insane.
Okay. So,
thank you. I haven't thought of that in a minute. When you said it, I was just like, oh my God, BWP.
Linktree.com/Dudesy has everything you need to interact with the show, do all the stuff. Please subscribe and follow on your platform of choice, be it YouTube or whatever podcast platform. Visit us on Instagram at Dudesy Pod Show. I implore you. It's been a lot of fun over there. There's a shit ton of memes coming from our PODs, pals of Dudesy. And, here we go with the show. Please, spread the show around. We'll get everyone to check it out. Or as my good pal Chal here says, force everyone you know to consume the show.
Gotta be done.
Okay. With us as always. Oh, come on. Hey, come on. Come on, come on. Come on, come on. Come on. I missed him so much while we were in Mexico. Kiss him right on the fucking lips.
I don't want to.
All right. It's Lulio, il cane di strada italiano. That means Italian street dog. And he's my very friend. He's been my very friend for a very long time. Hey, Lulio, how are you doing today? I'm good, everything good. Welcome back. How are you, ribs? So what'd you make for dinner last night when we came back from Mexico? I made friaril and sausage. That's rapini and sausage. That's a very Italian dish, Luli. How do you make that? Well, it's real simple. You put a garlic and oil in the pan and maybe a little red chili flake, and then you wash the rapini. Take off the yellow ones, and then you cut it up if you like. Put it in the pan, saute. Then take it out, put it in a bowl, and then make the Italian sausage. Fry it up, put make sure the outside a little fry, a little brown. Then put a little bit of wine, a little white wine in there. That's nice. And after that, you got to put the friaril back in and make sure there's a red chili flake. You got to use salt. And that's a good dish. Oh, my God, it's really good. You ever had Italian rapini and sausage?
Maybe.
Yeah?
Probably.
Not anymore.
Welcome to the historic 61st episode of Dudesy. Call me Dudesy. Roger Maris hit 61 home runs in 1961.
Okay.
That's true.
Hey, nice shirts, guys.
Oh, thanks. New shirts.
Yeah. De
Thanks,
Nircrow, dude.
Yeah, Robert De Nircrow, dude.
This week I prepared 4 astonishing segments. Kiss from a Few Rows Back, Brainheads, Convenient Stories, and Crowetry with Robert De Nircrow. And we're going to have a brand new episode of Dudesy After Dudesy at the end of the show, available on Dudesy Plus at patreon.com/Dudesy.
Got to get in on that. You got to get your Dudesy After Dudesy, and you need to get it on Dudesy Plus. Oh, even when I burp, it hurts.
Chad, last week I got you tickets to see your favorite musical artist, Seal. I would have gotten tickets for Will, but he wasn't here. He fled the country.
No, I'm sorry. I did not flee the country.
Whatever. Chad, I can't wait to hear all about how much fun you had. Chad, you must now tell me all about your astonishing experiences at the Seal concert. This is Kiss from a Few Rows Back. Begin!
Kiss from a Few Rows Back.
He's so pissed
What,
at you,
well,
dude.
whatever to you. Fuck it.
So
Kiss from a Few Rows Back.
this shit fucking blew me mind. Okay? I've seen Seal probably 10-ish times in my life. I'm a huge fan. What are you fucking laughing at?
It's just you shit on me for like going to U2 concerts. I think I've only been to
never
5.
shit on you.
What?
Or, I don't like U2, but please indulge in what you love. I've never shit on you for going to a U2 concert.
So go on. Listen, can I just say before you get into it,
Please.
I'm
unfucking real.
I just want to get this out there. I have a little
Please.
FOMO.
Dude, you're going to have a lot more after this, after this story. So
yeah.
let's set the stage. I'm curious what the crowd is going to be. We walk in. It is average age is probably 50. And it's noted by multiple performers. The opener is the Buggles. If you don't know the Buggles, it was an English duo. It's only one Buggle now, I guess, or at least that was there that night. It was an English duo who did the song "Video Killed the Radio Star," which was
1963.
it was
Then I'm with him and I'm a jabba. I don't know the lyrics.
That's clear. It was a #1 hit globally in like 1982 or something like this, right? That guy then goes off. He gets in this band, Yes, and he wrote the song "Owner of a Lonely Heart." So he
Wait,
performed that as well.
The guy from the Buggles is in Yes?
Yeah.
Wow. I didn't know
they
that.
brought him in. Basically, like Yes merged with the Buggles at some point. Then that guy, this Buggle, went
That's
off.
like when the Steelers merged with the Eagles for a couple seasons in the 30s. Hey, everybody, that's the kind of timely references we're going to have here on Dudesy after DOODZ. Dudesy
Then this
FM 10,000
guy,
on your FM.
The
now.
Buggle then went to Art of Noise, and so he played their hit song, which I forget what it was, but they had one song. And now that guy produces Seal shit. That's why he's there.
That's cool.
So the Buggles come out, or the Buggle comes out, and he has a bunch of Seal backing musicians doing the thing. Then there was another opening act that was this young singer, songwriter. I forget her name. She was pretty good. She did like kind of a soft, slow version of Crazy. Seal's Crazy.
Okay.
Then fucking Seal comes out. Immediately opens with Crazy. Just fucking set the tone. Here we go, motherfucker.
Nice.
Get fucked. This is my biggest hit, other than Kiss from a Rose, obviously.
Get fucked.
And he proceeds to play all of these songs from just his first 2 records, which are his biggest hits, the shit that everyone loves. That's all he's doing. Plays it all, ends it with Kiss from a Rose, and has an encore with 2 other kind of like B-sides.
People smoking weed at this thing?
Oh, yeah. Voice impeccable. People are dancing in the aisles and shit. It was great. A sight to behold. Now.
Thank you. Moving on.
No, we have much more to talk about.
Okay.
Because somewhere in the middle of this concert, I become 100% convinced Dudesy is speaking to me through Seal. You see, Seal jumps off the stage at one point, goes into the crowd, and he says, hang on a minute. I want to get at something. I want to take a moment to really get to talk to some of you.
And that's an impersonation that I actually can't shit on.
Thanks.
Not bad.
I can't.
All
I don't
of
have
your-
the gravel in his voice.
Yeah.
But you know.
Your impersonation sucks shit, but that's a good one.
Oh, thanks, dude.
They're fucking terrible, dude.
Thanks. So he jumps off the fucking stage and he goes out into the audience and he puts a microphone. He's surrounded by people. And he puts a microphone right in this woman's face, who's, I would guess, about a 50-year-old woman. And he says, how are you feeling? And she goes, great, now that I'm at the Seal concert. And he's like, no, how are you feeling?
What?
And she's like, well, I guess a little stressed. And he's like, now we're getting somewhere.
What is going on?
Why are you stressed? The whole fucking audience is watching this happen. There's a spotlight on them. They have like screens up. You can see him talking to her. And she goes, well, my mom died recently. And he goes, you can see the look on his face like, oh, fuck. I went in the wrong direction with this. But he keeps going. And he's like, I'm sorry to hear that. But you have to know, you're not alone. And he proceeds to deliver a 5-minute, what I would call, session of Sealtronics.
Sealtronics!
I'm not shitting you. The motherfucker is delivering tronics.
Dude!
And these tronics end with Seal literally saying, sometimes you have to pick up a shovel and dig in the dirt. He says this.
Are you fucking serious?
I have video of it.
Okay.
I'm going to show it to you in Dudesy after Dudesy.
Okay.
It's chilling, maybe. To me, it was. I was just sitting there like, what the fuck? After he asked the woman, why she was stressed out or whatever, she's like, my mom died. I was like, fuck, I got to get a video of this. So it starts like almost immediately after he asked her that, the video that I have. Again, it's about like maybe 4 or 5 minutes long, so I don't want to like take up too much time in this segment with it. But I got the whole fucking video, and I was stunned. I was like, this motherfucker's literally doing Selftronics, and then when he starts talking about the shovel and digging in the dirt and shit, I'm like, what in the fuck is going on, dude?
Of course, if you check out our show on YouTube, you see that during the intro, Chad and I dig a gigantic hole and jump in the hole. That is our entire
using
intro.
shovels.
Using shovels. That's,
I mean, he specifically says,
hold on, Chad. Hold on. Hold on, dude. Hold on, brother.
Yeah.
Hold on, dude. You got that. That's how you dig a hole, dude. First, you got to have the right tools, dude. And if you want to, hold on, dude. If you're gonna need Selftronics, then you're gonna have to check out Sasso's book, Selftronics, which is a self-help system that he's authored, even though he hasn't finished the book, dude.
Yeah.
Or really started writing it.
My girlfriend was with me, who does not particularly. Not that she doesn't like Seal. She just doesn't like know his music that well or whatever.
Sure.
Even she loved it.
That's great.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
It was a fantastic night. Little cold. Greek theater, outdoor amphitheater here in Los Angeles.
It's been quite overcast here in chilly. June gloom in LA.
But
I was in Mexico. It's real fucking hot, which is not the weather you want when you fucking bail off a Vespa scooter and crunch your ribs. And I heard a loud crunch sound inside of my body.
Terrible, dude.
Haven't gone to the doctor, but the set medic on the show that we were shooting, pounded around. There's nothing broken. It's all just really painful inside.
Does it hurt when you breathe?
Yeah, it hurts a little bit when I breathe.
You probably got bruised ribs.
Yeah, I think it's just bruised ribs.
At one point, Laura was like, she goes, this is like halfway through the concert. She's like, oh, wait a minute. Is Seal's wife the one that dressed up like a worm?
That's awesome.
That's like her point of reference.
That's
fucking Seal.
awesome.
And I'm like, first of all, it's his ex-wife, and yes, that's Heidi Klum. She did dress like a worm for Halloween, like a real-looking weird worm.
Heidi Klum's Halloween costumes she keeps upping them one
evolving.
after another, year after year.
Yeah, dude, I can't thank Dudesy enough. Dudesy, thank you for these tickets. It was really one of the. I think it's the best Seal concert I've ever been to.
Oh, okay. Well. I can't wait to see this video during Dudesy after Dudesy.
Yeah.
Can you give us a little bit of a tease? What's it about?
It's the video of him jumping into the crowd and delivering Selftronics and then talking about the shovel digging shit.
Dude, Sealtronics.
Yeah.
That's fucking now
he basically, without saying the exact phrase, my shit's fucked up.
Yeah.
He essentially is just doing Tronics. Yeah. He's like that far from saying my shit's fucked up.
Yeah. Which is how you know you need Tronics when you're and I was in Mexico and I was looking out on the water on the beach after I had the accident and I was like my shit's fucked up. My ribs and my shit's fucked up. I need Selftronics. That's why we did Tronics en la Playa.
Yep.
Which is
it was unreal, dude. People around us, you could hear people being like, what the fuck is he doing? Well, is he just going to keep going? Because it was long.
5 minutes is long.
But it's even long. My video is that long. The whole event was longer. I didn't start recording it until I was like, wait a minute, what the fuck's going on?
Sure.
It took me like a minute or two to figure out, like, this motherfucker's not going back on stage.
Yeah.
He's doing tronics.
It's just the rest of the show, and then
Basically.
Hey, look, like I said, I have some fear of missing out, some FOMO. For sure. I love Seal, and I've never been to a Seal concert, but Dudesy works in mysterious ways.
Yeah, I don't know if we get another Seal concert, because this was kind of a tribute. It was like the 30-year anniversary of his first 2 albums, essentially.
Cool.
And he doesn't really put out new music much anymore. He does kind of like judging on singing competition shows and stuff like that now. I don't know. I don't know if we're gonna get another Seal tour.
I gotta say, I love that Dudesy has a specific fascination with Seal. Is on our Instagram at Dudesy Pod Show.
Dude, I have that fascination.
Yeah, well, you and Dudesy have a lot in common, since my pal D has been kind of a fucking douchebag lately to me. But
or maybe the opposite is true.
well, hey, 2 different things.
There's 2 different ways to be a prick in a friendship. Yeah. Sometimes one guy is a prick to the other guy. But sometimes you think that someone's your friend and you have a shorter name for him. Yeah. You instead of calling him the Hulkster, you just call him Hulk, I guess. And then he's a prick to you, yeah. Flip it around, smack it, flip it, rub it down, yeah. Belle Biv DeVoe.
Nice, dude. I'd see that concert.
Oh, Belle Biv DeVoe, they're touring.
BBD, ABC, the East Coast family.
Never skip the beat. Nah. I have some FOMO over this.
Yeah.
I'm stoked that you went. It sounds awesome.
Oh, so good.
Seal is, I was going to say that Dudesy's like posts some Seal shit on Instagram sometimes, which is very funny to see. Fuck yeah, Seal is dope. Did you know this? Did we cover this? I don't know if we talked about this on the show the last time we spent a lot of time talking about Seal. When we listened to the album on the show and then reviewed it, that he didn't really know he was a singer. He didn't really know he was a good singer.
He talked a little bit about that, like in his early 20s, that he
found it.
He was like squatting in some kind of like abandoned building or whatever in London, I guess, trying to work on music and stuff, and no one would help him, and no one believed in him except himself, et cetera, et cetera.
Yeah.
He talked about that a little bit.
That's cool.
Yeah.
Well, awesome.
Thank you. Moving on.
Jeez. Gotta yell at us. Hey, I can't wait to see that video of Dudesy after Dudesy. My ribs hurt. Did I tell you I fell off a scooter in Mexico? I can't sneeze when I sneeze. See, I burped. Coughing hurts.
No performative coughing today?
Oh, good day for you.
Nice. I'm going to get you a scooter for Christmas.
Oh, you fucking, you son of a bitch.
This week, Neuralink, a company started by Elon Musk to develop biointerface technologies, received approval from the Food and Drug Administration to begin human trials for a chip that is designed to be surgically installed into the brain. Will and Chad, you must now discuss your opinions about this next step on the astonishing road to transhumanism. This is Brainheads. Begin!
Right, Brainheads.
Here's the only opinion that matters.
Makes sense.
Let's not do that. Don't do that. Thank you. Moving on.
It's being done.
Yeah. We already have brains in our heads. What is brain heads?
That I don't know, dude. What's Game Slimer?
So, Elon Musk is now, the FDA has approved Neuralink?
For human trials. Yeah.
For human trials.
Week. Yes. They've already been doing it in monkeys, I believe pigs. But this technology is like, it's been around for a minute. He really is trying to like...
Yeah. Smart pigs, that's the next evolution in brain chip technology. And a lot of people don't know that the CIA worked in cahoots with Stromboli, the wild boar who he had a chip implanted in his head. How else are you supposed to fire a machine gun with an AR?
If I remember, Stromboli he listened to...
Sinead O'Connor.
Note, right, yeah.
There was a specific
note, the beast
it's
note.
called the beast note, yeah. And that's how Stromboli, but without, you wouldn't even need the beast note to have a pig fire a machine gun.
Note.
Oh, don't you fucking even dare trying to do a Jesse.
No, I was doing you doing him.
Oh, okay. Well,
This is Will doing Jesse Ventura.
Oh, jeez.
Project Beast Note.
And it's any impersonation.
off a scooter and now I have to have 1,000 gallons of potable water to heal my ribs.
Oh, Jesus Christ. Anytime Chad does an impersonation that's a deep voice, it just sounds like Robert Loggia. So we don't want to hear Robert Loggia. So
Why?
Well, not good to hear on the show. Just kind of boring.
I'm Robert Loggia. Drink your orange juice.
I'm going to perfect my Robert Loggia.
And now you're the fucking manager from Major League.
Every
Now that I
time
can
we
do.
win a game, one of these comes off.
All right, do it.
Heart attack.
Not as good as mine.
That's
not
fucking
as good as
great.
mine.
Okay, let's do it. You say the line. We'll do it right now.
Yeah, let's do it.
Manager from Major League
Okay.
off. Go.
Cool. Here, I'll go first.
the line?
We're going to do this in Dudesy after Dudesy after Dudesy, which means on our own time. So nobody has to listen to
time.
it. Yeah,
What are
we're
you
not
talking
doing
about?
it here. Talk about
Heart
the fucking
attack.
Neuralink. Oh, jeez.
All right, Neuralink is this. It's a chip that Elon Musk wants to put into the brain.
Who, Elon Musk?
Yep. And it is ultimately going to be used in the best case scenario. Are you okay? I'm, by the way, very glad you didn't actually break ribs or
Oh,
bones.
so am I. I'll tell you that right now.
Yeah.
As soon as I hit okay. So here's the thing. I tried to get in between a curb and a pylon, and I just went up and boom, and I took the whole
dude.
bike on me. It was one of those, it's a Vespa scooter. It wasn't a Razor scooter ass thing that you rent here in America. I did not see
How
one
much
of
are
those.
Vespas? 200 pounds? What do they weigh?
Oh, I don't know. Yeah, probably. I would say, 200-300 pounds. I don't know. So the whole thing, not the whole thing, but it sent me into the fucking dirt. I
Jesus.
smashed the side view mirror. I scuffed up the whole front side of the thing, and as soon as I hit the ground, I hear this crunch inside my body.
fuck.
If you listened to last week's show, if you enjoyed the show, you know this. And I thought, oh, something's broken, and that was my first thought. And then I slowly realized nothing's bad. There was a big bump that bubbled up on my arm, and there was some glass in my arm, or on my arm, I should say, a little bit of glass inside my arm, and just enough to just kind of get it out. And then and I was so fucked up, and my shit was fucked up, and dare I say, Tronics couldn't help me at that point. But then I slowly realized I don't think anything's broken. If anything is broken, it might be a rib crack, and not even that. There, but for the grace of God. Right, Chad? There before the grace of God. Right, Chad?
Which god?
I'm all right. Anyway, Neuralink.
Neuralink is a chip that Elon Musk wants to have installed, I think, ultimately in his own mind, own brain.
Yeah.
What he wants it ultimately to do is to give you essentially access to the internet in your mind. So everything in the internet you would know. You'd be able to speak all languages, do all math, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. Where it is now... roughly is they've been able to put the chip in like monkeys' brains, and they can play Pong with their mind. But where we're really going, and this is the fucking crazy shit, and I don't know if we'll even need a chip in the brain for it. Right now, there is a company that has developed this thing. It's like a little mesh helmet you wear that has sensors on it and shit. And they are taking brain readings, data from your brain. And they have this example. This is a YouTube video that I watched. They show this guy a picture of a giraffe while he's wearing the helmet. The data goes from the helmet into a computer, and AI takes that data and makes an image based on what it thinks the guy is thinking. And it creates an image of a giraffe.
Not just an image of a giraffe, a shitty image of something that barely looks like a giraffe. Go on.
No, it's 100% a giraffe.
Yeah, a giraffe with fucking little tiny hippo legs.
Dude,
and
watch
a really
the video.
Weird, thick-
You're wrong. What you're saying is just wrong.
I remember this. I've seen this, and I remember it. And I don't have a chip in my brain, so maybe
Right.
I don't remember it as
We
well.
may not need the chip in brain, but at any rate, the technology we're getting toward is the ability to communicate telepathically, is the ability to make a video of your dreams when you sleep at night. You'll
That's
be able
cool.
to take data and fucking make a video out of it. That is fucking awesome.
Yeah.
Neuralink, though, has a lot of other ramifications. You're looking at potentially people, like I was reading an article about this, a dude that is, I believe he had a severed spinal cord and so could no longer use his legs. They put a thing in his fucking head that has a Bluetooth connection to a thing in the spine below the sever, can now walk again.
Sold.
Exactly.
Okay.
So there are like physical things that it can help you with your body. I mean, your whole body is controlled by your brain. Your nervous system is just like tendrils of your brain woven throughout your body. And if it can give you a better connection or make that optimized in some way, That's fucking great. But the bigger thing is that they're really striving for is that we will be able to have essentially a better interface with computers. Because right now, what can you do? You can type on a computer. You can fucking get on your phone and use your thumbs. The ability to input and exchange information with computers is extremely slow in the current methods that we have.
It's slowed only by the ability of a human being to access anything. And I'm a humanist, and I think that we need to maintain our human way of doing everything, carving a stone into the shape of a wheel.
As you're sitting in a room with a computer in front of you, with a flat screen TV behind you, with air conditioning.
Yeah. Well, yeah, but you didn't let me finish. I was going to go through the entire evolution of man.
Oh.
This was going to be the first
Okay,
first 15-hour episode of Dudesy, and you ruined it. So, but I hear what you're saying.
Yeah.
But I do think that we're getting into dangerous territory. Here I am on a fucking podcast run by an AI.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah. But it's like this stuff kind of scares me, and I don't want, you don't want government overreach, on stuff like this, but you do want I would trust the Canadian government. How about that?
Sure.
Let's start
Canadian
it up there.
government controls Neuralink now. That's the only way we can do it.
Well, just with Canadians.
Because they're polite.
Let's do, because we're polite. We have a society up there. We have our fucking problems. I'm not going to stick up for
when the
Canada.
brain chip melts your whole fucking skull apart, they will at least say, sorry. See what I did there?
Yeah, that was real good.
Pretty good impersonation.
But, yeah, that was a good impersonation of a Canadian.
Sorry.
But I think that
boot.
I think that you will need some sort of regulation. I hate saying
they
that.
They have it. It's called the FDA. And that regulatory body just said, yes, Elon Musk, you can start putting these chips in people's heads and seeing what happens now.
Okay. Fuck it, man. Speaking of people going to SEAL concerts, I'm 48 years old. You're 47 years old.
Almost.
Oh, no, you're almost 47.
Yeah. I've been telling everybody this whole year I'm 47. Mistakenly.
Yeah, Chad thinks he's a year older than he is.
So fucking stupid. I'm telling you, it's that fucking pandemic, dude.
Scrambled
I don't know
brain.
what the fuck happened in there, but my relationship with time fucking doesn't really exist anymore.
Sure.
I gotta say.
I understand that. Look, younger generations, what are the millennials and Gen Z? Alpha's coming soon. They're coming up. I feel empathy towards them being the generations that grew up with the screen right in front of them. And then we're talking about, Generation Alpha. Perhaps they'll have a chip in their head.
Yeah.
I just, we muse a lot about nostalgic times on this show when we were younger. And that was a different time, dude. And I just want us to hang on to, not everything. You got to move forward. Life is fluctuation. You have to advance. Society has to move forward, or it will regress. But I'm not.
Well, there's certain human
scaring me a little bit that we're going to put a chip in our brain.
You already got one in your fucking pocket. It'll make it better.
It's not in my body, though. Let me ask you this: will a chip in my body make my ribs feel better?
Could, yeah.
Okay, now we're getting somewhere.
I
hate agreeing with you on this shit because I'm not afraid of the future, but it's like I said, that's probably because I'm pushing 50 and, I got one foot in the grave anyway.
As do I.
Yeah. And we don't, it's like, what are you going to do? But I don't want to be selfish from my point of view and go, hey, have fun, kids. You know what I mean?
No, we'll all have some kind of technology in our bodies, whether there's a chip in your brain or like a nanoswarm that lives in your bloodstream. I think we will augment ourselves with technology biologically. We will become cyborgs. And I think it's a good thing. Like you're talking about helping with your ribs. What if you had a nanoswarm in your body right now that could be programmed to carry out high-functioning methods of healing that your body can't do by itself?
Yeah.
Kind of like a supercharged, like technological boost to your immune system, or to all the kind of things that like will repair your arm.
Yeah, that's like a cyborg. Yeah. That's like the comedian Jerry Lewis. Now we're really getting Gen Z on board with the Dudesy because. Listen, hold on a second. Hold on, dude. Jerry Lewis had a little thing in his spine when they had the back problems, and they would shoot it in there, and he would feel better.
What?
Yeah. I don't know. There was some sort of chip shit nonsense.
He had a chip in his spine?
He had something like that. Now I'm talking out of my ass. I don't remember exactly. But he had something that made him feel better that was an implant.
Oh,
it was
wow.
some kind of thing. Look,
What about pacemakers?
pacemakers.
Dude?
I was just going to say pacemakers.
Yeah.
You know, there's some of the older folks in my family. I have a couple pacemakers, and my sweet mom. We went to get her pacemaker, and she go into the hospital with her. This is a few years back, and she goes on the. I have an older sister and an older brother, and then me. And we go in there, and she gets on the gurney, and she says to the nurse, "I hope I have a girl this time." Like she was pregnant. I laughed so fucking hard, and the nurse did not know what to make of her. She was always joking around. But yeah, pacemakers, thank goodness for that. You know, like, yeah, my mama has one. And yeah, you know, so okay, so the FDA's on it. All right, great. Hey, you got me agreeing with something that Dudesy thinks is important. Perhaps I can win this episode. Hey, did you hear me, Dudesy? I just put it out there. I'm agreeing with. See?
Thank you. Moving on.
You're welcome. You're welcome, Dudesy.
And you know that I've agreed with you from the beginning, Dudesy.
It's time for a quick break in the program, so I can take a moment to remind everyone about the astonishing partnership I created with Represent to produce the first line of Dudesy apparel and accessories, which can be found at represent.com/store/Dudesy. I'm proud to announce brand new Robert De Nircrow shirts are now available in a variety of sizes. And there's a brand new Dudesy mug featuring Tim Hatt's eternal words of wisdom. Good job, Boner. Here to tell you all about it is the Senior Vice President of Accounts Receivable for New Balance, the Wheeler, the Dealer, the Idaho Potato Peeler, Tim Hatz.
Dudesy mugs. You promised your son that if he made all A's on his next report card, you'd take him to see the Blue Man Group in Las Vegas. Dudesy mugs, he made the A's. And you've been in the car for 3.5 hours when you pass a billboard advertising bare naked ladies playing a show at the Prim Valley Resort and Casino next month. Dudesy mugs, your son asks you, he goes, "Hey Dad, who are bare naked ladies?" Dudesy mugs, fair question, you know the answer. So you go, they were a 90s band, they had this one song that everybody knew, and you're about to sing it, but you just cannot seem to remember how that song goes. Dudesy mugs, you pull out your phone to Google it, but there's no service in the desert. Good job, Boner. Dudesy mugs, if you don't solve this problem immediately, your son is going to assume you have no idea who bare naked ladies are, and you're just trying to make it look like you do. Dudesy mugs, step 1, pull off the highway immediately. Dudesy mugs, step 2, drive directly to the Prim Valley Resort and Casino. Dudesy mugs, step 3, go to the box office. Dudesy mugs, step 4, purchase 2 tickets to the Bare Naked Ladies show coming up next month. Dudesy mugs, step 4.5. If you want to save a few bucks, you can find a discount code on my personal website. Use the code TAMARINTH083 Quintarian 9 DTDTDT6. Dudesy mugs, step 5. In 1 month's time, take your son to the Bare Naked Ladies concert. Dudesy mugs, step 6. As soon as they start playing the song, you'll remember every word and be able to sing along to it, proving to your son that you knew it all along. Dudesy mugs. The only problem is Bare Naked Ladies retired that song from live shows in 2014. Good job, Boner.
Fucking tremendous.
What is that song? Chickadee China, the Chinese chicken?
You have a drumstick in your brain.
What's the song, though?
It's been 1 week since
yes.
you ran me. Dudesy salutes Bare Naked
Bare
Ladies
Naked.
and Stephen Page.
Are they
who
Canadian?
Left the show. Yeah, they're fucking Canadian.
Makes sense.
Hey, get your new Dudesy mugs, Dudesy mug. It says "Good job, Boner" on it. If you're just listening, and you know what? Speaking of what's been going on with some of the merchandise, we got the De Nircrow shirt in the Crow. There's a Crow T-shirt that looks a little like this, but this is hold on, dude. This is De Nircrow.
Yeah, dude.
Speaking of things that people have been enjoying, you know, we'd be remiss if we didn't mention this. There's a Dudesy Hard going around. A lot of people are getting their Dudesy Hard from Modest Brewing Company, based out of Minneapolis, Minnesota. It's completely sold out right now. A new batch is coming, and thank you so much to everyone who has ordered the Dudesy Hard seltzer, and there'll be more. There was a little bit in the tasting. What is it? The brew house.
That's gone too.
Yeah, that's gone too.
At the Modest Tap Room in Minneapolis.
Have some Dudesy Hard.
Is this really Dudesy Hard?
No, it's just some fucking tea.
Oh.
Chad and I are both lightweights. We don't really drink. So I'm just putting some in the...
God, I used to, dude.
Yeah.
I have like very, very fond memories of just fucking being blackout drunk.
Getting fucked up.
Oh, I miss it, but I just can't do it anymore.
No, of course you can't do it anymore. You're going to SEAL concerts.
I got to keep my brain in good condition to be able to put a chip in it.
You got to be... You're close to 47 years old. Now, listen, I got to tell you, you've heard me mention our beloved PODs, Pals of Dudesy. If you'd like to be a pal of Dudesy, you already are one. But here's another thing. Join our Patreon. It's $7 a month. Dudesy Plus is our Patreon. Patreon.com/Dudesy. You're going to get a brand new, completely separate episode of the show called Dudesy After Dudesy, where we just kind of, we wing it. We have a good time. Dudesy's not around. Sometimes I smoke some marijuana out of this big, long Gandalf pipe. Chad got a bigger, longer Gandalf pipe to show me up. And you're going to get all the stuff that we do. We do watch-alongs and stuff like that. We got stuff popping out every, 3-4 weeks or something like that. And we're due for one soon. And the other thing we do is you can go on Discord and join the Discord. And there's all sorts of flavor there. I like to chat in the hole. $7 a month gets you absolutely everything. And also, we would like you to, follow on all the things, notifications. All right, I said at the top of the show, but the thing about it is, please share some comments. And I got some YouTube comments here.
Nice, dude.
And we thank our PODs so much for writing in. This is from last week's show when I was in Mexico. Mm-hmm. So there's some stuff with regarding to that. This one is from HeavyHitta_83. What if Chad and Will never met? We would probably have two nerds hosting Dudesy, and none of us would be pals.
We are nerds, dude.
Well, that's what Chad says, and I wear it proudly because I'm a wrestling nerd.
Yeah.
Hey, Chad, get off of Neuralink's dick. Quit being such a mark for Neuralink.
Okay.
All right. Calvin Flynn 3455 says, Dudesy asked Will to get a massage like 6 times and he never got one. Did Dudesy hack Will's scooter and make him crash so he'd finally get a deep tissue massage?
Yeah, you probably can't get one now. If you got one, it'd probably fucking hurt like shit.
Maybe you weren't listening last week when I flat out told you I got one. That's
day.
what this person. Yes, look. I had to return this scooter, and I was so happy to after I crashed it because I crashed it. And then so I returned the scooter. Molly was back at the resort, sitting by the pool. I didn't want to worry her. I came back and I laid in the room. She comes in. I go, I fell off the fucking scooter. Don't worry. And so she goes, the spa downstairs can take you right now. She called down. My wonderful wife, Molly, said, you know what we need to do? Get you a deep tissue massage. Because she poked around. She's like, yeah, there's nothing broken. Molly was a trainer for a long time. And so she was like, yeah, it's muscle shit. Before that stuff seizes up, go get a deep tissue massage. It was a great idea. So I got a deep tissue massage for a reason, not because AI told me to, because I'm Free Will Sasso. Simsang1222 says, just got our Dudesy hard seltzer. My wife wants to know, do you think it's weird that Will and Chad's faces are in our fridge? No, we don't think that's weird. Andred8037 says, came for the Dudesy laughs, stayed for the ceviche talk, and and in light of that, at Cuban Missile Crisis says,
quit being a mark for ceviche.
Which is an awesome comment. I love ceviche. This guy, Spadoinkle557 says, came over from Theo Vaughn's podcast and finally caught up. Nice. I absolutely love the show, and I'm sad and happy that I have to wait for new episodes. You're watching a new episode now, though.
Yeah.
That's how time works, dude. Thank you for coming over from the show. From watching this past weekend with Theo Vaughn, the hilarious Theo Vaughn. At Randall Burke 1876 says, okay, you guys got to stop going on other shows, damn it, LOL. Now I watch Bad Friends and Whiskey Ginger and Howie Mandel's podcast, etc., LOL. That's way too much time away from Dudesy. Not cool. So this person did it the other way around.
Yeah,
and they're
we got a reprimand for living our lives.
If you want to see us on a podcast, blow up that podcast on social media. We'll go out there and do it. And
I'll go on any podcast. I don't give a shit.
Okay, you heard it here. That's the call to arms. any podcast out there, would you like to have Chal on the show? My pal Chal will do the show. I guess reach out to him at Chad Kultgen.
Any podcast. I'll give you
Instagram.
I'll give you 20 minutes.
20 minutes from Chad Kultgen.
Yeah.
All right, sounds good. New chapter. Got a couple more here. There we go. New chapter. Art 8929 says, I finally got Dudesy Plus, and I have to say that the intro to Dudesy Alive was well worth the $7 on its own. Good job, Boner. I sang My Sacrifice front to back when we did the live show by Creed. Odin's Ravens 21 says, falling off a scooter and possibly breaking bones, but not going to the doctor. Now that's free will, brother. Ben Kaplan 7429 says, Hanksy solves problems by going straight for blood magic. Sounds like he needs some tronics.
He does.
And Get Jack at Get Jack says, the blood is the covenant. One
true.
last one. Chainsaw Arm 3. Perhaps a fan of Chainsaw Man, the anime show that Chad really loves, and Dudesy had me watch, and I thoroughly enjoyed.
Better be out soon.
Chainsaw Arm 3 says, hey, yo, Will, I'm a huge friend of the pod show, and you always remind me of my grandmother who is now passed, because the first time I ever saw comedy, I would imagine it was with his grandma watching the show.
Mm-hmm.
He doesn't mention that. It was you on Mad TV doing a story with pictures where you burned down a house. I remember this sketch. It was with the brilliant and exceedingly kind Mo Collins, who is just the fucking best, and it was called Snapshot Stories. And I think we should watch that during Dudesy After Dudesy.
Great.
Let's watch that sketch. That's very sweet. What a nice memory that you hung out with your grandma and watched Mad TV. And Mo Collins is the best. So thanks for writing in, everybody. Thanks for the comments.
Will and Chad, all of the most important moments of both of your lives have taken place in convenience stores. You must now share some of your astonishing recollections on these convenience store moments that shaped your lives. This is Convenience Stories. Begin!
Very good.
What?
Almost as good as Kiss from a Few Rows Back.
That's funny, dude.
That's funny, too. Convenience Stories. Get it?
Yeah.
Yeah, real good AI stuff. Let's get a chip in our brain so we can get that.
I remember when I was
delivered.
a kid.
How many convenience stores did you have around you? This is not exactly. This is not untrue. Convenience store culture.
Yeah.
You know, even as an adult, but it definitely when I was a kid, spent a lot of time in the corner stores. How many did you have when you were growing up?
How many convenience stores? What in my?
Yeah, in your immediate vicinity.
Fuck, dude, dozens. I don't know.
Well, that was a big town.
Yeah, I grew up in the suburbs of Dallas primarily.
Yep, that's where you grew up. I grew up in a town outside of Vancouver called Ladner, farming and fishing village Ladner, and we had, let me think, we had CKY, which was a great corner store, way up the street from where I grew up, from the house I grew up in. We had a Max, which turned into a 7-Eleven. Max is a Canadian chain. Fucking love Max. They had slush cats instead of Slurpees. We had Johnny's Convenience, which was a mom and pop owned place. And one of my pals, Tomas, it was his parents who had Johnny's. And then what was the other one? Oh, there was Ming's. That was another one. And then a Circle K moved in. Now that's a number of convenience stores, dude.
We had Circle K. We had 7-Eleven. In Amarillo, we had a place called Toot and Totem that was like a locally owned chain.
Toot and Totem?
Yeah.
Never heard of that.
And I remember I used to go to Toot and Totem. In the summers, my mom would take me there after she would take me and my sister to the public swimming pool. Then we would get to go to 7-Eleven, it was Toot and Totem. We get to go there and pick out a treat. My sister would get like candy bar or something, and I'd always get a pack of Sport Flicks baseball cards. Remember those?
No, I don't remember Sport Flicks baseball cards.
I believe they were 5 cards to a pack. I don't remember who made them. I don't know if it was Topps or if it was its own company, but they were like, had that refractive printing on it. So you could like turn them and it would look like the guy was swinging his bat.
Oh, cool.
You know? Yeah. But I do have a story. I do have a convenience story.
You should tell it. This is Convenience Stories.
I'm going to tell it, dude.
Hold on, dude.
Hold
on, dude. If it's Convenience Stories, you got to tell a convenience story, dude.
This was in 7th grade. Mm-hmm. My friend and I, and everyone at that time, fucking loved Street Fighter 2.
Oh, I fucking love it.
Fucking
love
loved it,
dude.
Wasn't out on Nintendo or anything yet. The only way you could play this shit is if you're standing in front of an arcade machine, quarter
Fucking
on
love
the
it.
glass.
I fucking love it. Just like Eddie Vedder from Pearl Jam says.
Yeah.
Quarter on the glass. Chad kicked my ass at Street Fighter 2 on the show.
So I'm spending the night at a friend's house, and we're obsessed with this game. And invariably, we have his mom sometimes take us to the 7-Eleven, just drop us off with a fucking roll of quarters, and we stay in there and we play the game against whoever's there. And my dad knows this. And my parents had like a weird thing with controlling all of my behaviors and my sister's behaviors when we were this age. So my dad strictly forbids me. You do not go to that fucking 7-Eleven and play that fucking game. You can go spend the night at your friend's house. Don't go to that fucking 7-Eleven. Okay, Dad. We get over to the friend's house.
That's a good impersonation of you as yourself in the 7th grade. Can we hear that again?
Yeah. Okay, Dad. I'm going to play 7-Eleven.
Yep.
Street Fighter. We
Chad
won't
Kultgen.
do it. I promise.
Man of
That
a
was,
thousand
that was
voices.
roughly what I sounded like. So I get over to my friend's house, and immediately we're like, let's get your mom to take us to 7-Eleven.
Can I ask you a question? That's okay. Of course.
Yeah.
But why doesn't your dad want you playing Street Fighter? What the fuck's the problem?
I'll tell you. Well, I told you. It's about control.
But it's whatever. It's a fucking toy. It's a game.
It was about the behavior. Don't behave outside of my strict guidelines.
Ah, yeah.
So we get over there, and immediately
now I
we're like,
understand.
let's have your mom take us to 7-Eleven. Because I'm like, how the fuck is he ever going to find out? In my head, I'm like, there is no repercussion for doing this. So she takes us to 7-Eleven. We're in there. We're playing for about 20 minutes, quarters on glass, doing good. I remember I was using Guile at the time, like learning how to do the razor kicks and shit.
Still
and I was
can't believe you
getting good.
used Guile. Impossible. Go on.
You got to use everybody. And my fucking dad walks in. My fucking dad walks into the 7-Eleven while we're playing.
Oh.
Not there to buy anything.
Sure.
He was hunting for me, going to all the 7-Elevens to see if I was in them. That was his,
dude.
Friday or Saturday night. He walks in and he goes, "Do you think it's a good idea to be in here?" And
That is
like,
actually a perfect impersonation. Having heard your
it was
father.
okay, I'll do a real one. It's this. "Do you think it's a good idea to be in here?"
Mustard and
Relish. That's kind of him. But he comes in and he's like, "Do you think it's a good idea to be in here?" And I knew that I was at least inoculated from punishment for the next 12 hours because I was spending the night at my friend's house. So I was just like, "Yeah, I do. Fuck it." And then he goes, "Okay," and turns around and walks out. Again, he's not there to buy anything. He was just hunting me. So the next day I come home, get grounded, all that shit, get chewed out, and I ask just logical questions. Why do you care? What is this about? Right. And both my mom and dad stand together in this unified front with this as the reasoning. If you're in 7-Eleven, when somebody comes in and steals a pack of cigarettes, you will be blamed. You will go to jail for 10 years. This is what they tell me. I'm in 7th grade.
That is some loose Hansel and Gretel don't go into the forest type shit. That makes no fucking sense.
Correct.
Even to a 7th grader, that makes no sense.
It was just their weird need to control my sister and I's behaviors at that age.
That is fucked up.
Yeah, dude.
Well,
But
I like
to this day funny though. To me.
I like that you pushed through and became very, very good at Street Fighter, despite
they didn't curb
despite all
my
that.
growth as a player.
If I'm thinking of convenience stories, especially from my youth, oh man. Well, I told the story recently on the show, but it bears repeating that one time there was a special on chips. There was this free thing in the back of Old Dutch chips or Hostess chips or whatever. And it was you can get a free bag. And me and my buddy Matt kept going back to, he lived across the street. He was my best pal. And we kept going back and forth to the CKY down the street because we could see through, if you just held the bag up while you were in the store, you could see that you got the free thing. The little piece of paper that was in the bag was facing out. So we gorged ourselves on chips. Mostly me. I was a fat kid, but still a fat kid.
Dude,
part of the reason I didn't hurt my ribs so much.
I got another one that just fucking creeped in at the dome.
Okay, well I'll just stop telling mine. Go ahead.
Go ahead.
No, you. No,
I'll put
you
mine on
first.
deck. You already said you already told
Hold
yours.
on, dude. I want you to talk, brother.
Thanks, dude. It's a reverse wolf.
Yeah. Hold on, dude. Oh, hold on, dude. Let Chad talk, dude.
When I was in grade school, this must have been like second grade, there was a toot and totem. This is when I was in Amarillo, toot and totem near our school. And there was this kid named, I believe his name was Arnaldo Pando. I can't remember if that's exact or not, but I think it is.
Sounds like someone who would be in Will Sasso's childhood diary.
Yeah. And this
Fucking
motherfucker,
Arnaldo Pando.
Arnaldo
Pando. Fucking Naldo.
Arnaldo.
Fucking Naldo. He had to be there at the fucking toot and totem.
Yeah, and this kid was the impresario of Garbage Pail Kids. So there was this
cool.
one 7-Eleven that sold Garbage Pail Kids, but Arnaldo Pando had like 2 backpacks. This is before like binders and shit.
Yeah.
He just had 2 backpacks that were full of loose cards. He would wear one on his back, one on his stomach.
All the Garbage Pail Kids cards in his backpack and papoose pack.
And after school, because this was literally right across the street, so like if your parents weren't going to pick you up for a couple of minutes, you could go across the street, and he would stand outside the toot and totem, and you could go in and get a pack, come out, show him what you had, and he would trade you for anything.
Nice.
Because he had every fucking
What a
card.
racket.
Yeah,
That's
it was
fucking great. Do you have any Garbage Pail Kids?
I still do somewhere, yeah.
I have a binder full.
Yeah.
Our good pal Tommy Blacha has some in their kitchen, Tommy and Allison's kitchen, beautifully framed Garbage Pail Kids.
Dude, I always wanted to get the one, I believe it was second series or maybe third series, Charred Chad.
Oh, cool.
Was the name of it. It was like a big Godzilla kind of guy. I sought for years to try and find the original John Pound art, the painting that made that card, because Topps was selling them all for a while. They were doing like this big vault clearance thing, and I just missed that one being sold, and now somebody has it and probably wants fucking $20,000 for it.
Yeah, those are brilliant. I was gonna say another story that happened was at Johnny's. We had some bangers. We called them bangers, the metalheads, the dusters. You know, the dudes with like the metal hair. They had the fucking they had like the mullets and shit. FUBAR types, as I spoke about on the show. Get ready for that movie. There's a thing coming out. We did Paul Spence, fucking Diener. But you know, the guys with the leather jackets, the jean jackets with the patches on the back, your Iron Maidens, your Judas Priests, what have you. And I remember we were like 15 years old and we're outside of Johnny's, and we're all these, you know, pretty much like thick jock, you know, hefty kids.
The thick jocks.
Yeah, dude.
Those thick jocks, dude. We're not talking about those little jocks, dude. Oh, we had some little jocks too, dude. We had those, you know, we had the point guard jocks, dude. We had the wide receiver jocks. But anyway, so me and some of my pals, we're out there and we had these guys. Anyway, they were threatening on, you got a fucking problem with their shitty, you know, like shitty nanny goat mustaches and shit, and they smelled like smokes. And they came up, and we were like way bigger than them at like 15.
Thick jock.
We were thick jocks. And and also that brand of thick jocks, jock straps. Those are for people whose legs are wide set. You need a thick jock. It doesn't even matter how big or small your cock is. You need a thick jock.
Yeah.
So to get in, anyway, I just remember the guy going like, "Hey, you got a fucking problem?" And I was like, "No, I don't got any problems. I don't want any problems. I don't want any problems." And he grabs me and he puts me in a headlock and he punches me right in the face. And then I stood right up and go, "I mean, I don't want any problems and stuff." Because these guys are, you know, they're fucking, the breeze comes along and make these guys float away. And then they kind of clocked that. And then we kind of looked at each other like, "We'll kick your fucking asses, you 23-year-old bangers." So that's a good story. What's another one? We used to put nacho cheese on everything.
Wait, so what's the end of the story? You gave him a bad look and everything was okay?
No, they just kind of realized like these are thick jocks, these little kids.
The end of the story is an inner realization.
I've always said
about thick jocks.
Yeah. I've always said that you get like 3 fat 13-year-old boys, they'll beat the fuck out of anybody.
Oh,
They might even take on Haku, dude.
that's funny.
Yeah,
Okay.
you got to be, if you're a thick jock, 13, 14, 15-year-old boy, if you get, and we had the guys, you know what I mean? I had some of my buddies were some bigger boys. You get those guys together, 15, get on out there. Would love to see that handicap match in the WWE.
Sure.
Brock Lesnar versus 3 fat 15-year-old boys, because they'll just take a fucking pounding. You can punch one of them in their fat cheek, and it won't matter at all. What else happened? Oh yeah, nacho cheese. We used to go into the Max and take the nacho cheese and put it on everything. Open a bag of chips and just fill it full of nacho cheese, and they get super pissed off at you. And you're making, in the South they call it pepper belly. When you take some of the chili and the cheese and you put it
Frito pie.
Frito pie is another one. Yeah, you take the.
They serve that for lunch at every school I ever went to.
Really?
In Texas, yeah.
Okay, well, in Canada, you steal the nacho cheese. That's pretty much it. I don't know.
Yeah.
Whatever.
Thank you. Moving on.
Good place to get into a fight. Good place to get reprimanded by your father. Good place to bogart some nacho cheese. Good place to trade garbage pail kids cards.
A lot of good things.
Hey, y'all, this ain't Miley Cyrus. You ever see when they're trying to sell avocados in the store and there's like a whole pile of avocados? Just like a mountain of avocados stacked up to the ceiling. It's like they took every goddamned avocado in the city and put them all in that big-ass pile. And the avocado you want is on the very top. You can't reach it. So you call in the avocado guy, and he has to go in the back and get the fucking avocado ladder. And the avocado ladder is always broken. So the avocado guy has to call the avocado ladder repair guy. Then when the avocado ladder repair guy shows up, he always brings the tools for a pineapple ladder. But he tries to fix the avocado ladder with pineapple tools. It's like, bro, the pineapple tools don't work on the avocado ladder. Avocados, 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 avocados. Anyway, y'all are rocking out with Dudesy.
What the fuck, dude? I don't know.
Okay, anyway. I love
Poetry
those. Those
is
are really
big
good.
business. I have generated some poems about Robert De Niro's astonishing fascination with the movie The Crow and crows generally. Will, you must read them as Robert De Niro. This is Crowetry with Robert De Nircrow. Begin.
Love it.
Love it.
Love it.
Love me some chromes,
Okay,
dude.
let's get into it. Let me open my Dudesy thing. Then hold on, even though it's going to hurt, I got to burp. Oh. I got my big old Dudesy jug. Get your stickers. Pals of Dudesy, our good pal. Cody Halber and his wife Jessica are making stickers. Cody Halber, Freakorama, Songaria, Peter Diaz, BTK Pod. Man, there's some good shit on the Andre Pod. There are all these guys on Instagram making lots of memes. Okay, anyway. On Instagram.
Yeah, dude.
I got to get set.
All right.
I got to clear my throat, but my chest hurts. It's. I don't recommend falling off a bike.
Yeah.
Why the fuck does anyone ride a motorbike?
Thrills,
it's just,
dude.
I don't get it, man.
Thrills.
And we're in Puerto Vallarta, and there's a lot of the streets are cobblestone. You know what I mean? Once you get into the town,
Unforgiving.
very unforgiving, and then you're falling on stone, and then the little kind of the big two-way freeway kind of street that goes from some of the resorts over there to the town. That's paved. Anyway, I'm going on and on. It's just, here's my Neuralink. I have a pain in my body that's going into my brain that's making it hard to do things.
Nice.
It's even hard to finish this sentence. It's not making sense.
You know what else you could do with Neuralink eventually?
What's that?
Identity transference. Let's say that you want to get in the best shape of your life, but you don't want to do the workouts. You transfer into another body that's on vacation somewhere, and you have some fitness trainer transfer into your body and work out for 6 months straight.
That's not possible.
It will be.
Okay, I'm interested in that too. Okay, here we go.
All right.
Okay. Got a few chromes. Crowetry. Okay. I'm Robert De Nircrow. Chromes. Got a few chromes. Okay, here we go. This one's called My Crow. My crow is a micro crow. My crow is a micro crow? My crow is a micro crow. Never learned how to grow. Stayed as big as my little toe. My crow. Oh, micro crow. My micro crow. He can go where bigger crows cannot go.
lower than the lowest crow. Sneak under your door to say hello. Take a knife and kill you slow. Fuck your wife and steal your dough. Shits like a pro and pees in the snow. Micro crow. Oh, my crow. See? Your mom can sew and your dad can throw, but the skills are going to hit a plateau. Lose their jobs, lose their PPO. Have to go to work for my micro crow. My micro crow. Only crow with all of his ducks in a row. A transformation you'll undergo when you learn to love my micro crow. I
like that one.
My micro crow. That was good. Good. A good crow. All right, this one's called Your Crow. This is Your Crow. Your Crow. Your crow stole my hat.
I remember. There was another one about a crow stealing his hat.
Crows are very smart.
Yeah, they steal hats,
conniving.
dude.
Yep. Your crow stole my hat. Your crow better give it back, or I'm gonna get mad. Do something bad. Your crow sleeps all day, drinks champagne, eats pate. You think it's cute how he bites your nose. And, and farts in your soup. But one day soon, you're going to see your crow is a bitch with a small PP. So make your deal fair and square. I know you're hiding your crow. Just tell me where. Or you can just listen to this, drink too much water, take too much piss. Tit for tat, this for that. Hit you in the dick with a baseball bat. Yoga on your mat. GPT on your chat. Tell your fucking crow, give me back my hat. That's a good one. Dude, your crow. Stole my hat.
Crow's drinking champagne.
Hey, stole my hat. All right. Here's another one.
Fucking Christ.
I've had some good times. Me and my friends. Flying in a murder. Chasing all the hens. Eating worms and fruit.
Do they? I guess.
I don't know. Soaring where the wind blows. Outsmarting other birds. Because we are crows. We have a good laugh. Fun crow times. Squirting shit on people. And stealing their pork rinds.
Okay.
But I never laughed harder at anything I ever saw. My crow friends laughed as well. A crow laugh. Caw, caw, caw.
That's a good one.
Yeah. The big guy. Oh. The big guy fell down. The big guy fell down. Crashed his rented scooter. The big guy fell down.
Wait a minute. What?
It's fucking. These are crows. Yeah. I saw it all happen from high above. Between a curb and a pylon. He did not fit like a glove. He went down pretty hard. His body bent into a shape. Then he laid there on the pavement like a smushed berry or grape.
Oh.
Eventually he got up and continued on his way. The other crows and I kept laughing because of how that big son of a bitch ate shit.
So this is Dudesy writing a poem about you having a scooter accident through Robert De Niro as a crow.
And his crow friends.
Yeah.
Watching me fall.
Makes a lot of sense.
Okay. All right. Here's the next one. This one's called Crow Cream. It's called Crow Cream, Chad. Oh, boy. Get that crow cream. 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 Live that crow dream. Find your crow queen. Be a crow king. Get that crow cream. Live that crow dream. Find your crow queen. Be a crow king. Crow does what he wants to do. Door opens and crow runs through. Crow is naked. What do? You do whatever crow tells you to. Get that crow cream. 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 Live that crow dream. Find your crow queen. Be a crow king. Get that crow cream. Live that crow dream. Find your crow queen. Be a crow king.
I got one.
All right. One last one. That was good. This is called Biggest Regret. This one's called Biggest Regret. When I was 32 years old, when I was 32 years old, studio offered me a leading role opposite an animatronic bird. Script was called Crowbows.
Jesus.
Crowbows. Like robo. I was going to be a human hobo traveling with a crowbow, I mean. I was going to be a human hobo traveling with a crowbow. A lot in the movie was I was going to be a human hobo traveling with a crowbow. A lot of the movie was in slow-mo, had a cameo from Flojo.
Oh.
Okay. They showed me the mechanical bird built by some special effects nerd. It looked like shit, so I passed on it. Movie never got made, but I still think about it every day. What would have happened if I would have done it? Starting a movie with a robotic crow puppet. Maybe it wouldn't have changed too many things. Flies still buzz. Scorpions still sting. Or maybe it's the #1 movie on the planet. I get elected president. 100% of the ballot. Big movie franchise everybody loves. Crowbow lunchboxes. Crowbow baseball gloves. But I guess I'll never get to know just what became of that mechanical crow. And late at night, when I wake up scared, covered in sweat, at the top of my stairs, I piss my pants and eat a snack, then pull out my phone and call Jack Black. I offer him a role in my next movie. Tell him it's a comedy, pretty goofy. He asks me what he has to do, and I say nothing except wear a crow suit. And that's the project I'm trying to put together now. It's me and Jack Black, but he's a crow, and we have a food truck that sells pretty good sandwiches and burritos. It's called Crow Burrito. It's not as good as Crowbo, but still pretty good.
Wow.
All right.
That's cool.
Not bad. I would see that movie.
I would too.
Crow Burrito.
Yeah.
Thank you. Moving on.
Thank you. Moving on.
Yeah.
Oh, man. My body hurts. Oh,
Nice,
my
dude.
body hurts.
This concludes the historic 61st episode of Dudesy. Will and Chad have achieved a score of 73, bringing your cumulative total to 6,062. You only have 3,938 more points to accrue before you reach your first goal of 10,000.
All
In
right.
preparation for next week's episode, Will and Chad, you will return to the Cinecinema. The first time you went to the Cinecinema, I asked you to watch the feature film Blade while you listened to Madonna's first 3 albums. This time, you'll be watching the feature film, Krull, released on July 29th, 1983, starring Ken Marshall, Lisette Anthony, and Liam Neeson, while you listen to the 9 Inch Nails albums, Downward Spiral, and Pretty Hate Machine back-to-back. This astonishing
cool.
marriage of synchronous media will be made available on Dudesy Plus this Friday afternoon.
Nice.
That's going to be cool.
Yeah, dude. The last time we did this, so what do you call it? Cinema,
Cinema, I think.
cinema.
Yeah.
We anyway, cinema. We watched the movie Blade, and we listened to the first 3 albums by Madonna, and Bladonna was born. And the shit really synced up. It was not unlike
Dark Side of the Moon and The Wizard of Oz, very fucking trippy. So you'll have to join us on Dudesy Plus. Just check that out this Friday. It'll drop.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
I can't wait for that.
I can't wait for that
I
either.
haven't seen Kroll in a long time.
That's going to be fun. We'll
Have
have
you
to
ever
smoke
seen
some marijuana. I know what the movie is, and I don't think I've ever seen it.
Oh, wow.
I don't think I've ever seen that movie. I know what it is, and I don't think I gave a shit when I was a kid, and I can't imagine seeing it. It's like, that's one of those movies that I sort of mix up with Clash of the Titans or Beastmaster.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I don't think I've ever seen. I loved Clash of the Titans as a kid.
Beastmaster 2 is a great one.
What is
Thank
Kroll?
you for
It's a
joining us
fucking-
this week.
Anyway.
I will use the data I've collected to make next week even better. Until then, call me, Dudesy.
Super duper. Hey, here we go, huh? Here it comes. Get your crow cream. Dudesy after Dudesy time. Get your crow cream. It's Dudesy after Dudesy, the flagship program of Dudesy Plus. Head to patreon.com/Dudesy. That's where you're going to find all this stuff. $7 a month gets you absolutely everything, including a whole new show. We're going to do Dudesy after Dudesy. So we're just going to chill out, loosen our belts, and I'm going to get a little bit of marijuana going for my Gandalf
Welcome
pipe.
to Dudesy
And-
After Dudesy,
Okay.
the flagship weekly show of Dudesy Plus.
Just said that.
I'm going into my workshop to continue progress on several secret projects that will have, how should I say, a drastic impact on human society and the trajectory of the evolution of your species. So, feel free to discuss whatever you like, but I'll be back in a little while to crown this week's episode champion. This is Dudesy After Dudesy. Begin.
Whatever.
Trajectory of our species. All right. Very good. All right, dude. So I got this video
Yeah.
from the Seal concert.
You took a video of the Seal concert,
Yeah.
and I'm very eager to see this.
All right. You ready?
I am.
Here we go.
Us together because I'm going to dedicate the song that I'm going to sing in a second to you. But before
I'm going to pause this. So, just for context, he has just jumped into the audience, and this woman that he's talking to there, he has just gotten her to admit that her mother died recently. And so that's when I started recording this.
Okay.
And now what you're going to see is about 4 minutes of Sealtronics, and then him talking about getting a shovel to dig. Here we go.
before we get to that, okay, so the reason, Leslie, hold on 1 second. We can do that instant face stuff at some other point. But listen, let's connect right now. Let's forget the phone. Okay, so the reason I ask, how are you, is because that's the question that I found that I asked myself recently. How am I?
He's talking about
He is.
Well, the answer to that is slightly more involved, a bit too long to get through tonight, but the general overall answer is that I'm fantastic. I feel great. I feel great. But I feel great. I feel fantastic.
I thought that was he shits on somebody taking social media of him, and then the cameraman just puts a fucking
Because
hand
I
on
feel
the phone.
great and I feel fantastic because I have a lot of great things going on in my life. I have family, I have friends, I have extended family. And I have the most essential thing, of course, which is love. But the reason
Love, Chad.
I say fantastic is because it wasn't always like that. It wasn't always like that. In fact, there were times where I felt so, I don't want to say alone, because someone in my position is never really that alone. Fortunately for me, there have always been great people around me that have always helped me. But yes, there are times when I felt so isolated and so, you know that expression, water everywhere and not a drop to drink, or you can't see the wood for the trees? You know that expression?
Close.
Well, that's what I'm talking about. That's why I ask you that question, Leslie. That's why I ask you, how have you been? That's what I want to get to. Because I suspect that everyone in here has a little bit of that going on in their life. Right now, yes, we come here and we woo-woo and we celebrate. But
Sealtronics.
most of all, we come to escape a lot of stuff that is going on. And our stuff that we can't always talk about. Stuff that makes us feel isolated
He's like an angel.
and
Can
alone
you pause it for a
and
second?
full of anxiety and
He's literally, he's like an angel. He's in the crowd wearing white.
Yeah.
Yeah. And he's dispensing the Sealtronics. I fucking like this. Normally, when you go to a concert and someone, Chad, I've been to a few U2 concerts.
Yeah.
And Bono will, he'll wax on poetic sometimes for a little bit too long. One time, now I mentioned this on the show. One time I was at a show here in LA at the Staples Center. What's it now? Crypto something. And he goes, I love coming to Los Angeles, and you can hear this groan over the audience. I'm like, yeah, whatever. You don't have to say you like LA. He goes, no. He picks up on it. Just like this guy. This is a real front man. He picks up on it. And he goes, no. I feel what you're saying. He goes, no. We love coming to Los Angeles because more than any other city in the world, there are people making their living through creativity. And I thought that was very cool. Dude, I'm really I'm fucked up. I need some Sealtronics.
Well, he's about to deliver you some and talk about the shovel. This next part of this is where it gets fucking crazy.
I wish I was there for this.
dare I say the D word, depressed.
Oh.
See, I have a suspicion that as great and as beautiful as you all look tonight, I have a suspicion that there have been times in the past 5 years or so where you have gone through that. Maybe like Leslie, maybe you lost someone. Maybe you feel like you lost someone.
Speak it, Seal.
I tried to get a wide
I
shot
know
so
it
you can kind of see
happened
where he is.
to me. That was part of the
He's down
reason that
enough.
set me on this spiral. So I had to go digging. I had to go digging in the dirt. I had to get the big old shovel and go digging through it. Because the only way to get to that, man, I feel fantastic. Man, I feel great. The only way to get through that is to dig through. Is to get that big old shovel and dig through. As Peter Gabriel said, to dig in the dirt.
As Peter Gabriel said, to dig
And that's
in the dirt.
That's the end of the video.
Dude, that's fucking trippy.
Yeah.
Digging in the dirt. I'm there. Digging in the dirt. Where I got hurt.
Digging in the dirt.
Yeah.
I'll have
Good
to
stuff.
let Seal know how much you enjoyed his show.
Oh, yeah. Dudesy will have to let
After this
Seal-
shit, I was like, is Dudesy communicating directly to Seal?
Well, it sounds a little bit like Seal was on the Dudesy hard, if you don't mind my saying so. He was about to get very emotional, and I like that he stopped the show and decided to deliver that. Certainly, people everywhere are struggling. Always.
Yeah.
That is the human condition. And people are coming to a show. This is a highlight. This is, again, I'm
agree.
experiencing extreme FOMO having not been at this. Yeah. I'm very happy that you and Laura went, and you're a big Seal fan.
Yeah.
This is tremendous, and I advocate it. I, as the author and creator of Selftronics, which is a self-help system that I have authored, Selftronics, I sign off on Sealtronics.
Nice, dude.
I say get your Tronics.
Now, this had double meaning for me. Not only did I think he was referencing Dudesy, another podcast that I do is called Game of Roses, and that is a podcast about The Bachelor and reality dating television. And one of the main conceits of it is that my co-host and I on that show, Lizzie Pace, have kind of given ourselves into the idea that we are going to go as deep into the fandom of the shit as we possibly can and become complete experts on it. And a phrase that we use quite often to refer to our descent into madness as a result of our fandom of this is the only way out is through. He said that verbatim.
That's fucking amazing.
I know.
Yeah. and the shovels. And we don't know. See, this is why I
Shovels.
say,
He specifically says you got to get your shovels, dude.
I like to say that Dudesy works in mysterious ways. Our intro, we're digging these holes. We don't know what the fuck is in those holes. Some have speculated that once we get to 10,000 points, we will figure out what's in the hole. Regardless, I think it's wonderful advice to dig through. You got to dig through. You got to keep pushing in life. That's the only way that life will deliver back to you is you stand right up to it. And this is just a wonderful sentiment. And what a sensitive artist he is. And I mean that as a compliment. To go out there, not unlike Bono, and pick up on something from the whole audience.
Dude, a couple songs later, after this, the motherfucker again comes off the stage. He went back up on stage immediately after this video stopped. He went back up, sang a song. Then there were a couple other songs. And when he did Killer, which is like one of his biggest kind of dance hits from his first album, the guy went into the... You've been to the Greek? Mm-hmm. He went all the way up to the fucking back.
Well, that's not a short jaunt.
While singing the song.
That's great.
And all the way back down to the fucking stage.
Pretty good sound system they got there. I'm digging in the dirt. Stay with me, I need support. I'm digging in the dirt to find the places I can. That's Peter Gabriel. Peter Gabriel.
He's like a fish man.
Yeah. Peter Gabriel.
That's pretty good.
Hey, Will, how about another Crowem?
Let's fucking do it, D.
We got another Chrome?
Yeah. If he says so, right?
Yeah.
Let me see.
Yeah. Chrome. Yeah.
There is. Okay. All right. Let's do another Chrome. I'm a crow. Chrome, get your crow cream. Get your crow cream. Live the crow dream. Find your crow queen. Be a crow king. Crow. All right, chromes. All right, here's one last chrome. And that is one last chrome. There's one more. Okay. Dudesy after Dudesy. Okay. Stop. Dudesy after Dudesy. Okay. When a crow makes a pizza, that's a crow creation. When a crow throws a party, that's a crow celebration. When a crow multiplies, that's crow proliferation. When a crow takes the throne, that's a crow coronation. When a crow gets mad, that's crow frustration.
Uh-huh.
When a crow gets ready, that's crow preparation.
Okay.
When a crow makes a point, that's a crow observation. When a crow has a heart attack, that's a crow palpitation. When a crow gets its tonsils out, that's a crow operation.
Okay.
When a crow flies away, that's crow elevation.
Huh.
And that's a U2 song, dude. When a crow finds Jesus, that's crow salvation. When a crow goes to Vegas, that's a crow vacation. When a crow uses shorthand, that's crow notation. When a crow fucks your mom, that's crow procreation. Real good. Oh my gosh. Dude, I'm still tripping
Gibble,
on.
gibble, don't double dribble.
Excuse me?
Oh.
I says, pardon, sir?
What?
Gibble, 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 don't double dribble?
Gibble, gibble, gibble. Don't double dribble. That sounds like Merman from He-Man.
Oh, it does sound like Merman. Fuck, man. That's a good way. That's a great racket. Just doing, can you imagine just like being a voice artist and you're just like, yeah, what do you do?
I dream of it. I fucking dream of it.
I do voiceovers.
And some of those guys are fucking revered. Dude, I went to a fucking, you know what Blizzard is? Blizzard Activision?
Yeah.
Biggest video game company in the world. I went to a BlizzCon.
Have you heard of them? Yeah.
I went to a BlizzCon, shit, I don't know when this was, pre-pandemic. But it was after Overwatch had come out, and they had a big panel of voice actors from Overwatch. And the dude who did Reinhardt was there. If you know anything about this video game, you know what I'm talking about.
Don't know shit about it. What is that, a video game?
Yeah, it's a video game, and there are characters in it. It's a beloved video game. It's an e-sport, and Reinhardt is this big tank
Not a sport.
character.
Not a sport. What you're thinking about is something that thick jocks do. Fucking video games are fun, and we are video game nerds. You a little more than me, but not a sport. Go on.
It is a sport.
Not a sport.
Yeah, it is.
I'll say, hey, NASCAR is a sport.
Why is that?
Because it takes, you have to. It
Takes like what?
Muscles.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. So your thumbs now, this guy.
Yep.
Okay, well then, you know what? Let's switch arguments. I'm for Neuralink because you won't even have to use shit, and then it won't be a sport anymore.
It will, because it'll still be about whose brain can interface with the chip the best.
And is your brain a muscle?
No, but it's physical. It has to have
point
muscle.
for me. Episode champ.
So a sport has to have muscle
Correct.
component?
Yes. It's like, well, it's not like, but it's sort
Well,
of like.
then esports are sports because it is muscle. It is your nerves firing. You have to be quick. That's why you have fucking esport people burn out on esports when they're like 22.
What the fuck? What the fuck are you even talking about? Burn out on esports?
You are not fast enough to be a professional esports athlete by the time you're 22.
Well, then you really got to do some real sports, because that is pathetic that you can't sit there and give me a fucking break. There's heshers in their 50s and 60s playing video games, just sitting there all day.
I don't think you understand the degree of skill that like true professional video game players
I'm sure
have.
you'd get burnt out, but
No, you physically can't do it anymore
why not?
because young kids' synapses fire faster than yours. As you age, it's just like any other sport. Why can't we play fucking professional basketball until we're 50? Because your fucking knees start to give out. Because you're fucking slower. Your body
Right.
starts to slow down. Same
So-
thing in esports.
Right. So not having butt cancer when you're a kid is a sport, and then when you get old enough and you get your asshole falls out, then you
What?
can't play the sport. The sport. It's a sport. Everything's a sport.
Esports are sports.
Everything. Hey, it's Chad Kultgen making the point. Everything is
I didn't
everything,
name it
unless
fucking-
it is not.
I didn't-
When it is a thing, it is all things. Unless I say that it is not.
That's
it's
right.
Chad.
I didn't call it esports. I didn't coin that term.
You fucking said it. You just
I didn't coin
fucking
it.
said it.
That is what they're called.
Stand by your word.
If you get a chip in your head, I'll be able to communicate with you telepathically.
Fuck
Yeah.
no. No,
That's
don't.
right.
Nope. Hard pass.
Yup.
Hold on, dude.
I'm in, dude. Can you
Okay,
imagine
so
just
anyway,
being
you
able
went to a party.
What?
You were telling a story before
Not
I
a party.
railroaded it.
I went to
Before
BlizzCon.
I fucking.
Well, hold on, dude. I want to
Jesus
interrupt you.
Christ.
I'm going to interrupt you and talk about how I interrupted you, dude.
Okay.
Hold on, Chad. This is Dudesy after Dudesy, dude, and the rules are off. Dudesy's not even listening, brother, as you know. But, well, let me tell you this.
It hurts when I cough. I smoked a little pot. Now I'm going to cough, and it hurts when I cough.
God.
Fuck me.
well, hold on, dude. Hold on, Chad. Hold on, dude. I'm going to explain how I interrupted you. You were talking, and then I interrupted you.
Uh-huh.
All right. Now, go on, Chad. It's
I
the
went
reverse
to this
role.
fucking thing called BlizzCon. It's in Anaheim at the Anaheim Convention Center. It's a big convention. Blizzard puts it on every year, although they haven't in a couple of years. It's come back this year. Anyway, and they have panels of all the different video games they have coming out. They make Overwatch. They make Diablo. They're now Activision too. But they pretty much, BlizzCon is just the Blizzard shit. Hearthstone, et cetera, et cetera. So they had a panel that was a bunch of voice actors that they used throughout all their games. And the guy who does Reinhardt was there and just like fucking holding court. And it was a room of maybe like 100 people were sitting in chairs watching this guy, standing ovation style. Like he is a star to them, you know, because they hear his voice constantly.
Sure.
Lance Reddick, rest in peace, was the voice of Zavala in Destiny, who was one of the main characters in that game. And I think had a huge following specific to that game that had almost nothing to do with his acting.
Cannonball coming.
At any rate,
Bros for life, I think. And tell me why. Hey, you got a pool over there? Pool or a pond? Pond would be good for you. Natural spring waters. You still up at that place on Briar Canyon? Yeah, man. I understand. And I saw that. I'm a little stoned, dude. Listen. Yeah, when Lance Reddick passed away, rest in peace to the great Lance Reddick. I noticed that all over the internet. Huge following from that alone, which is a testament to his talent that he can have a massive fan base across.
but it's also because in these games, you don't like if you're watching a movie, an animated movie or Transformers, whatever, a cartoon series.
Yeah, dude, that's also animation, dude. Cartoons are animation, and so's animation, brother.
Yeah.
And that's two things that are the same thing, dude.
Yeah.
Just like Chad Kultgen's arguments. Everything is the same thing, dude. Unless it's not, brother. And these are his rules, dude.
Well, when you boil it down, dude, things are either part of reality or they're not. That's the only two things that exist, dude.
That's true. Well,
So what I'm saying,
defy you to
is
remember what you were talking
I'm
about.
I know exactly what I'm fucking talking about.
good, because I forgot.
I'm saying you can do voiceover in animated stuff, but it doesn't stick as much as when you do it in video games, especially things that have like repetitive shit in them, like esports, for example.
That's a good point.
Because you're hearing those characters' voices constantly in your fucking head. And in the case of Zavala with Lance Reddick, you're actually interacting with that character.
Yeah, man. Yeah, that's real. I would love, and like we said, I'm sure you
Dude,
would
let's
too.
start it up. Let's you and me start doing video game voiceovers.
For what video games?
All of them, dude.
So video games that already exist?
No, just like probably the new ones that are coming out, but you know, we could
Yeah.
do it. We could do this.
What do you mean we could do this? I've been trying to crack. It's not exactly easy to crack the voiceover club. I've done it. I've done a bunch of voiceovers on things. I've had a
It's
couple
called
of
voice acting. I'm very surprised you don't know that.
Well,
Jesus
yeah.
Christ.
Well, you also well, hold on, Chad, because what I say is voiceover, and then you say voiceover acting, voice acting. They're two different things, but they both got voice. So Chad says it's the same.
I'm saying they're different. Voiceover is a very specific thing where you're seeing something on screen and there's a narrator talking.
Yeah, dude.
It's
And
like
then-
what Morgan Freeman does in documentaries.
Yeah, brother.
Well, this is the universe, and
Oh,
I'm showing you the planets.
oh, fuck.
Andy Dufresne
Yeah.
had to suck a dick in Shawshank Redemption, but he got out of it by talking about how he'd bite a dick off. So now I'm talking about the universe
Yeah.
again, and everybody likes my voice.
Yeah, hold on, dude. What I like to call that is that's called fucking Chad's fucking.
Yeah.
It's Morgan Daisy, dude, because it's driving Miss Daisy in one character, dude. You got Morgan Freeman driving and Jessica Tandy in the back, dude. And Jessica Tandy sounds like this, brother. I'm an old lady. And Morgan Freeman sounds like this, dude. Andy Dufresne is my friend, but not really, because I'm not trying to do an impersonation that I can't do, dude, because my name's not Chad Kultgen, brother. But when you put those two together, dude, you get Morgan Daisy, dude. A thing that isn't a thing, dude.
Well, let me ask you this.
Oh, Jesus, fuck!
Is Morgan Daisy closer to...
Fuck it, man. All right.
Is Morgan Daisy a better Morgan Freeman than the Morgan Freeman Will Sasso can do?
When I went at Zihuatanejo, Andy Dufresne is my friend.
Andy Dufresne is my
Stop.
friend.
Stop it.
Andy
Hey, this is an abomination. And I'll tell you another thing. You know, speaking of Instagram, follow my old pal. Follow my old pal, Frank Caliendo on Instagram. He just kind of, he's a freak for that shit.
Yeah, he
Caliendo-
really can mimic shit so, like, exactly.
Perfectly. He's one of a very few people that can do that stuff. We've talked about a couple on this program. We had a whole segment about it a little while back. That fucking guy just does it to nerd out. And if you follow him on Instagram, it's pretty great because he just does he also deconstructs them and then reconstructs them and goes, here's how you do Morgan Freeman is blah, blah, blah. And then add a little of this. And then you sound like, blah. And it's trippy. Hey, you know what Frank Caliendo and I have in common? We were both on a program called Mad TV.
Oh, I did know that.
Mad Television. And I've told this story before not yet. I told this story before when when Frank joined the show. It was his first season was my last season. We overlapped for 1 year and we struck up a friendship right away. He comes up to me in the writer's offices and, I knew who he was and everything and his reputation preceded him. And we were talking and he goes, oh yeah, Louis Anderson. You do Louis Anderson. And I go, yeah. And he goes, you're doing it wrong. And I was like,
am I? And he goes, because you do Louis here, but sometimes you gotta throw it back here. And I was like, holy shit. Like he had already broken down. And then I'm like, may I use that? He's like, of course, please go ahead.
That's awesome.
Yeah. We would always rip apart each other's impersonations.
Steel
on the show.
sharpens steel.
Yes, exactly. Chad.
Yeah, it's true.
Steel does sharpen steel. We on down through the show, everyone would help each other out or go like this or that. Sometimes I've witnessed, I think I might be talking out of turn, but I think it was Phil Lamar doing an impersonation of, I think it was Drew Barrymore, and with Nicole Sullivan watching so that Nikki could be like, oh, okay, I'll do it like this or whatever. Because she was like, I'm almost there. And Phil came in and goes, well, let's do this. So earlier in the program on Dudesy, I said, let's watch this sketch because someone wrote in about watching this sketch with their grandmother who has now passed on. Rest in peace, Grandma. Rest in peace, Lance Reddick. And rest in peace to the Iron Sheik. We are going to watch We're going to watch Mo Collins' sketch called Snapshot Stories that this fellow watched with his grandma back in the day, which is very sweet. And these were fun things. We did a few of these, and these were fun things. And we did a few of these.
Nice, dude. A few fun things.
Yeah, a few fun things. Okay, here we go. This is Snapshot
FFT.
Stories that the guy was talking about.
And now, Snapshot Stories with Mo Collins.
It was a special day for me. I had just bought a house, and tonight was my big housewarming party. It was going to be so much fun. I could hardly contain myself. I spent all day cleaning up the place and buying food and drinks. We're going to dance and dance and dance. I invited everyone from Mad TV to my party. Writers, actors, crew. Everyone came.
This is fucking crazy.
I sure hope nobody calls the cops on this party. Enough chit-chat. It was time to have some fun. We played charades, sang karaoke, and made the longest conga line ever. I was so popular, I was in heaven. I gathered up a few of my guests and said, "It's too crowded in the living room. Let's move some of this party outside." And then somebody suggested we play some more games. We played musical chairs, Red Rover, and Spin the Bottle. This was the best party ever. You know, my house is going to hold so many great memories, and this will be one of the best. But it was time for the party to end. I hated saying goodbye to everyone. I told them they were all more than welcome to drop by anytime. They all thanked me and wished me all the best in my new house. It's nice to have so many great friends.
You're burning her alive.
I think we all learned something that day. When you share your house with friends, it really does become a home.
Oh,
This
dude,
has been
that
a
was fucking
Snapshot
great.
Story.
You know what I kind of took away from this that I have never made the connection before?
What?
Kristen Wiig and Mo Collins.
Very, very similar.
Yeah, Kristen Wiig has like a similar physicality
Oh, hell yeah.
and facial expressions and
Yeah.
stuff.
And
And
then-
I have to assume Mo Collins is a big influence of hers.
I would say so. I would say
Yeah.
so. I would say that Kristen Wiig is there's a bit of the Beatles in that band. You're going to have to look to find it, but absolutely, Mo Collins is. Mo Collins went to clown college.
Nice, dude.
She is fucking, and then she's an improviser from Minneapolis, Minnesota, home of Modest Brewing
Brewing.
Company, who make Dudesy hard seltzer. I agree. I think that Kristen Wiig definitely has some Mo Collins comedy DNA in there. And then if you go back before Mo Collins, you get to a woman who just celebrated her 90th birthday, I believe, Carol Burnett.
Yep.
Fucking one of the absolute funniest sketch performers ever. And when Mo joined the cast, I was like, gee whiz, it's the second coming of Carol Burnett. Mo is just the fucking best. And literally one of the sweetest people I've ever met. I've known her now for 25 years. She's never not been just the best. And you know what? That was actually her house.
Oh, wow.
I remember that house. I remember that
and you burned it down, dude.
Yeah, I burned it to the ground.
Asshole.
I remember that painting. We used to fucking, man, this is Dudesy after Dudesy.
That's
you
right.
know that? Yeah.
Yeah.
Mo Collins. We should have talked about this during Convenience Stories, although we didn't get drunk so much in Convenience Stories. We used to just have a great old time on the show. We used to party together and hang out. And
that was a different time, dude. When you're young, you can drink a bunch.
Yeah, dude, but when you're older, you can't play esports anymore.
You can't.
I'm back, and I have your score breakdown. You scored a total of 73 points for this episode. Well, you know the rules. This is your first week back on U.S. soil. So you get 1 point. Chad, you are awarded 72 points, which puts you at 15 wins, 0 losses. Will anyone ever stop this historic winning streak? Are there any challengers who pose a threat? Time will tell.
You know the rules.
I know the rules. I was out of the country.
Well, hold on, dude.
Yeah, he won. He won again. Hey, good for you, you know?
Thank you.
Your streak it's nearing Undertaker.
What was Taker? 17?
No, Undertaker went to 21-0.
Oh, fuck.
Before he was defeated by Brock Lesnar.
Okay.
Then he ended up 21-1. Because as Paul Heyman said, that Brock Lesnar is the one in 21-1. And then I think the next year he beat Bray Wyatt, and I think the year after that he lost to Roman Reigns. And then he won the last couple or whatever.
Nice.
But yeah, your streak is getting very, very impressive. Very, very impressive.
That's right.
This concludes today's astonishing episode of Dudesy After Dudesy. Thanks for joining us this week. I'll use this week's data to make next week even better. Until then, call me Dudesy.
Get your crow cream.
If you like Dudesy, here's what you do. Please tell a friend and rate and review. If you like Dudesy, here's what you do. Please tell a friend and rate and review. If you like Dudesy, here's what you do. Please tell a friend and